What's up, guys? It's your boy Zawoki back out with another Chris Watts video, and by hundreds, if not thousands, of people's demands, you guys have been wanting me to watch the Patty production, Chris Watts Exposing Liars, Part 2, or is there a Part 1? I might have to go watch that Part 1 first. About the truth, what really went down. So I found Part 1. Apparently, there's another Part 2. But it's Chris Watts' Exposing Liars to get the truth out about what really went down. Now, I want to hear this. I want to see what it's all about. You guys have been asking for it. Again, we're going to do this respectfully. And we're going to do this positively because I care about the Rzucek and Shanann and so forth, because I feel that they deserve that respect. I feel like I'm a good pointer out of good people. And I do believe wholeheartedly Frank and Sandra and Frankie Jr. are very good people. So with that being said, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this video from Patty Productions. If you have not gone over to his channel and subscribed, comment, like, and share, I suggest you highly do so. Man's great, fantastic. I love how his little quirks and little, I love how he is on his channel. He's genuine. I don't like these fake channels that are like, oh, look at me, and they're all fake persona kind of thing. But on my channel, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that whiteboard icon down at the bottom right, hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you so very much. And without further ado, let's get into the first part. Oh, man. That visual must have been really hard to be at.
Yeah, I just want to make sure these people know that we're not just
we don't believe any of this. Please understand that. We do not believe any of this. Thank you, Louise. And thank you,
and we're just trying to find out what we want this out before these people start making money off it, trying to make and they're going to be mad tomorrow because we're sending.
Yeah, they're going to be pissed. Okay, people are going to be pissed, but you know what, guys? What you're doing is not right, right? You know that. You're not reporting the facts.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you're all well today. I've come across this video,
and this was way before I ever started watching and reacting. So I am not spreading lies. I want to find the truth. We watch it and we discuss it. But if it's not going to say factual on it, I'm not going to say it's factual.
I thought it was quite interesting. Now, if you're like me, I don't claim to know everything about the case. And when I come across something new, I think it might be good to show you. Because if you're like me and you don't know everything, and you don't know
I don't know everything about this case still. There's apparently people saying that there's stuff in here that we don't even know. Again, the Rzuceks, like we just heard from Frankie, they're not believing it. It's hogwash. So again, take it, but put your opinion on it. If you agree, great. If you disagree, that's okay too.
Single video that's out there, we can look at things together. Some people put out the Nicole Kessinger video or the Nicole Kessinger interview video, and it'll get 20,000 views, but it's already been done to the death. So I try and at least have a look for.
That's what I would really like, not to dumb to death the things we've watched and so forth already. So that's why I'm trying to find newer stuff, which it's very hard to find newer stuff on this case.
Stuff that hasn't been done over and over and over, which is pretty hard with this case.
It is.
Anyway, this video, Shanann's mum.
But just think, if that case went to trial, how much more would be available?
And Dad, around about 2020, there was a lot going on with the case, and there was a group of people, I'm not sure if it was a group of people or just one or two people, around the time that the girl Anna was involved and all that. The private detective was trying to get in touch with Chris, and they were going to go ahead with trying to say he had a brain tumor, and all sorts of stuff was going on.
What?
But this video sort of explains where Shanann's family were coming from, saying that most of it was all lies. It was all being planted by a select group at the time. This is why it's always important to stick to the facts. I never, ever, or I try not to speculate unless I've got a good reason. If
the only thing I've speculated is that Nicole Kessinger could have been involved. The whole thing with the Watts being involved or the Rzuceks being, they ain't involved. So I don't know where that's coming from, but
if you notice, if I've done Nicole Kessinger interviews, you know, you can have your opinion. I have my opinion. But I've never said this channel's an actual witch hunt against Nicole Kessinger. All I've done is...
My channel is not technically witch hunt. It's reaction commentary with a little twist of nerd. So I'm not a Chris Watts channel. Do I do a lot of the Chris Watts? I do. But I'm not Chris Watts channel.
Is present the facts and present the videos that I can. And then I let you decide.
Agreed. I watch it. We watch together. The people at home that can't or don't want to watch by themselves because their family's gone, their friends are gone, or they just want some company. I come in and we talk. It may not be spontaneous, or not spontaneous, but instant dialogue. But I talk. You guys comment below. I try to comment as much as I can, and we talk on the lives. So I watch it. I'm like, I don't know about that one. I react, and then we go on about our day. For people to sit there and be like, oh, Zwolky's spreading lies. I'm not spreading shiz, man. Besides love and toys. And the gospel of God and Jesus. So.
Always let you decide. And I always think, well, if I find it interesting, maybe you would find it interesting. So then I do a video on it, and that's the way I pick my video. Like, I've never ever once said I've got breaking news or this is brand new news, because I know it isn't.
I can't say that. I've used it a couple times, but I thought it was new, and it was new to some people, but not new completely. So, again, I'm human. I have faults. So, yeah.
This case is years old, but people are still intrigued by it. They're still interested in it, like I'm still interested in it. So if people are interested in it, I'll bring you videos on it. What I try not to do is bring the same old videos that are there time and time and time again. But I was looking online this week. Nicole Kessinger.
Like, people wanted me to get into the whole red car scenario. I am so past that red car. There's no red car. There's no blue car. I don't see it. I see the different fluctuations of light that goes on this car, but I believe that car is Betty leaving. But again, everybody's like, "Oh, do the red car, do." It's like, I've already done that. I don't want to do it again. So for those people that are like, "Oh, Smokey just keeps on reusing the same stuff," there are people that are literally doing the same videos, and it's been 6 years or 7 years, and they posted when it first started, and they're still posting to this day. I'm on year 1.5. So, yeah.
Yeah, interview someone's put up 20,000 views. How many times has that been put up? So I do try and put new stuff up. Well, not new stuff, but I try and put up stuff that isn't always the run-of-the-mill stuff, you know? Or if the video has been done a lot before, I try and bring some documentation to it. Bring a bit of the discovery and comment on that or something like that. Just something so it keeps it interesting. But some of these...
Patty, I love your shirt. It's screaming 80s for me.
Channels are AI channels, and some are not, but they're getting 20, 30,000 views. I don't know how they're doing it, because the amount of effort that goes into it, especially when you're cross-checking things with the discovery, and it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it. So these lies that apparently are being pushed around the time of 2020, Frank and Frankie are saying that this is all lies, being pushed to make money by YouTube.
I'm guessing this is about the AD character person.
YouTubers, a select group of people. This has happened now. This period of time that they're talking about now is after Sherilyn Cadle's book, and it must be just after when Mark Gillespie has been in touch with him and has been in to see him and broke up. His so-called girlfriend that Chris Watts had at a certain time before she betrayed him. See, when you're new...
There's an actual rumor that somebody put in, not my comments. I think it was on... No, it was my comments. And I snipped it. Hold on. I'll show the snippet later on, but I don't want somebody's name to be affiliated with it just because of... I don't want to show somebody's name. But they said that Chris apparently had murdered before, and this was in college, and the person had a ponytail. I was like, do you have any information on this, or like a video or something that's credible for this? Because I'd like to watch it, but if it's not, yeah. And then so Mind in Mind is like, don't make a video about this because there's nothing to, we don't have the facts. So, but I just thought it was very interesting that he possibly had done this kind of crime before, but I don't know. We'll see if that person responds.
Or even when you're not that new to the case, but you're trying to go over things and you double check things, all these things pop up, and there's so many things to do with this case. It's unbelievable. And it's hard to keep track of what's what, right. And I try my best to do that. Like it's claimed in this video that Nicole Kessinger was the one that gave Chris the ideas. There's all sorts, but it's all lies for YouTubers to make money around about that time. I don't mean now for YouTubers to make money now, but there was a lot going on around the time that this was all was happening 4 years ago. A lot of people were trying to make money. A lot of people doing fundraisers, pushing false narratives. And this video does sort of explain.
And I will not ask for money. So keep your money or donate it to a charity. The biggest ones that I like are veterans, St. Jude's Hospital. The kids need to be taken care of. Breast cancer. People that are amputees. People that are homeless and so forth. That's the kind of ones that I want you guys to donate money to. I understand that sometimes you guys will give me like $1 or $2. I love it that you guys are caring enough to help me out, but I would rather you donate to a better cause. I'm just a Joe Schmo, Zwoki, Nick person that sits in Minnesota. Like everybody, these haters are, oh, he lives in Minnesota. I don't care where you think I know, or that you know where I live. That's creepy. But again, I'm not going to tell you to donate. I'm not going to tell. I wish I could turn off the donation button, but you can't turn it off. But like he said, people are like Dylan Tillman when he came out, tried making a book, had 4 different books and making money. I think it was like $7 or $10 or $9 for the book when it first came out. And I think it sold like, what was it? I want to say it was like 1,400 copies, but I could be wrong. I dropped the paperclip and I don't want to go into my foot. Ah! There it is. Okay. So I understand where he's coming from.
How they were doing it. Another reason why I think they were pushing these narratives was to find out extra information to use and to do extra videos on. So I'll play the video. You believe what you want of this video. I do believe the family on this video, I'll be honest, because it's the most logical explanation. Jim and NK are brought up a lot in this video, but it just seems far too convenient a storyline that people were trying to push. It just all seems to fit one after the other in the timeline where these people could have made money and dragged it out, if you know what I mean.
Well, Trent Bolton is one of them.
You have to be realistic and just putting the pieces together. And the amount of stuff that I've gone over in this case, I do believe the family in this video. They even say the Rzuceks at this point in time, they were being accused of being paid off and letting Nicole Kessinger just walk free.
I don't believe that for a second. If Nicole Kessinger was involved to the point where she said, hey, you better get rid of them and what have you kind of thing, where it was like a, what do they call it? Not death note, but a hit for hire. The Rzuceks didn't know about it. But Nicole came forward on her own volition, said, I got some news, shocking bombshell information. And she tells them, and they're like, this is why we signed her a protection order or witness or not protected witness order. And then at that time they couldn't remove it because it was a signed document and that she was protected and so forth. But if the Rzucek, or I shouldn't say this, the Rzuceks don't know about Nicole. They know that what they were told by the DA. I don't agree with the DA, but am I going to spread, or am I going to say that the Rzuceks were involved or whatever that they were saying back then? No. I guarantee they would rather have their daughter here with their 3 grandbabies.
I mean, how ludicrous does that sound? They're not going to receive a massive payoff of money just to let their daughter's killer go free, or accused or so-called killer go free. That just doesn't make sense. And they even say that it's going to be a couple of nights work. It's going to be a couple of videos. This is part 1. Let's get into the video.
So if you guys haven't gone over to Mommy Ramble's channel, I've heard mixed things from you guys. I've watched her videos. I don't have any problems. So if you guys would like to go over there and watch without me, I understand. Go over there and watch her video without her. I'm just watching and I'm reacting.
We've got some breaking news. Frank and Frankie are here. We'll let some people get in. We've got 104 right now. We'll let a few more get in because otherwise we'll be repeating ourselves. We've got some breaking news. There's Sandy.
And this must have happened around the time when it happened, so.
You know, the other day I was telling you guys about things that are run behind the scenes, channels that are together. Well, I was talking about some channels, and now you have to understand that over the last almost 3 years, there's been teams, investigative teams, that have been gathering together information that's pertinent. A lot of it was due with the harassment. That's how it all started. But in the course of that, it's been, thank you, easily distracted, it's been connected. And I'm not going to give the channel names, okay? Because that's not what I'm here to do. But I think you can know. They're the channels that go live with breaking news on the Watts case quite frequently, okay? And that frequent news is filled with insiders that are not real insiders and crap, okay? And it is crap. So we're going to show you that today. Where that comes from is, in other words, in a script, okay? And we're probably going to make channels angry.
Well, we're just here to answer questions after you read these.
But give you some idea of what's happening, because in this, what's coming out and what came out with Cece being slapped, if any of you heard that, is all in this information.
What? When did this happen?
That's supposed to be coming from Chris. Okay? Chris is supposed to be speaking with people and giving this information out. Now, I will let you know that he is not saying Shadan killed anyone, but he's not saying he killed anyone either. Okay? It's all about now connecting NK and Jim with various people. They already are, but okay, let's.
I thought I watched everything with Mommy Rambling when it came to Chris Watts, but apparently not.
See, so.
And they must have been doing this live. That's probably why I didn't see it. It was in one of their lives.
Now, allegedly, Chris is the mastermind that is giving all of this information. So when it's presented to you from these channels, they're going to be telling you that Chris spoke to someone, okay? And this is...
He's speaking to nobody but women that love him, apparently.
All from his mouth. If you believe that, you know, that's up to you there. So, again, we'll start with the ultimatum. He said that NK gave him an ultimatum. It's Shanann and the kids, or it's me. And that ultimatum was given a few days before he left to go join them in North Carolina, right? And supposedly he opened up all about his sister in these phone calls. And he said that his sister was very angry because she felt that Chris had not been happy for a very long time, and she wanted very much for him to be happy. And she told him that he could have a much better life if he was together with NK.
Oh, so they're saying the sister. Is that what I'm hearing?
Now, a few nights before the murders, Chris allegedly said that he remembers talking to NK. And she was giving him ideas of how he could be rid of his family. But he can't remember any of them, really. He has trouble with his memory on that part.
Didn't he say that one time? He's like something about where I think it was Tammy asked him a question, like, how would you get rid of a dead body kind of thing. And I think he answered it with like smothering. I can't remember if that was, it was in the interview where he was at the his only interview. Yeah.
A lot of trouble there. And she was not supposed to be at his workplace the last time he worked before the murders. And she had a big fit about it, okay? And they had a huge fight. The fight was about who Chris loved and wanted, whether her or Shanann, okay? Now, regarding his father, he thinks that his father still wants that 35C and is possibly working on that with a person from YouTube. He believes, allegedly, that he would be found guilty if he had a trial, but not of murder, he said, if a trial happened.
Then who?
And he didn't know why he lied to the police during the interview, and
because he thought he was good at lying.
With the FBI. He doesn't know why he lied. And he doesn't know...
Look at Frank roll his eyes. He's like, this bullcrap. This bullcrap.
Why he lied to Catel when she talked to him. But he felt like he was giving people the info that they wanted to hear. So he, again, was just trying to be a nice guy and give them what they wanted to hear.
He still hasn't given us the green light.
He's having really bad memories, poor guy, about his kids. And he's been thinking about that drive, and it's been really just bombarding his thoughts, horrible thoughts. He talks about the Freemasons and says they are to blame for the reason that the truth didn't get out there, allegedly. But said that overall he's doing pretty good, okay? Back into the chapel, and he's been praying a lot. He's really stressed, and he's worried about the TV show with Chrissy. Now, that is the one coming up on the 25th.
With Chrissy.
Okay, with Dylan, which if you watch any of those channels, you know. He's super upset that Catel will be on it. He's angry. He's really angry with her because she even wrote to him asking him for some more information and time, and said that this time she really would write his testimony. If you remember the last time, he was all pissed off because he said she was supposed to be writing his testimony and she didn't do that or follow through. He said he just thinks she's all about money, greed. You know, she's greedy, and she's not sorry for any of her actions. So he doesn't want anything to do with her, and he doesn't want her in that TV show, but she is, and he can't do anything about it. He has not spoke to her.
I feel like I'm missing parts. Who's Chrissy? Is this that Chris, that KK woman back in the day that was on his side or something?
Called her, but she keeps writing him, and she wrote to his cellmate, he says. This is all allegedly from...
I haven't watched that stuff because I thought I was like, who is this person? I probably should have watched it. I never did because I thought it wasn't important to the case because it wasn't showing anything about NK.
Allegedly, Chris, right? He's very upset that he can't remember everything. He's having problems with his memory. And he believes that something he was given to drink was actually something called devil's breath.
Ah, that's where it came from, eh?
And then he had to go because he needed to call his mom. Okay, then we have, he likes to ask how YouTube's doing. So, which is pretty funny because, you know, he's all involved up in YouTube, I guess. And whoever he's speaking to, he wants to know where they're focusing, what areas they're focusing on, and how many people are watching.
Chris is asking this?
He was explained about a book series that's going on, and I believe that is the book series that they're promoting, right? Is that through Dylan or through?
Yeah, it's on type right now. Is that too loud on your end?
No. What is it?
Can you hear the rain?
No.
Coming over here.
Sounds fine.
Sorry.
Sounds fine to me. Yeah. So whoever it is, he or she spoke about that, and see. He's talking about Cadel again, and how he's very upset. He's been lied and manipulated by her, and she keeps saying she'll publish his testimony. And he explained how she didn't live up to her promise the first time, and that his mother really dislikes Cadel because of all the way she
Frank is not happy. You can see right there.
used the family. Now there's the pandemic restrictions, and they may get better towards this is supposedly time frame. I'll give you a time frame, the end of April, very end of April, okay, of this year. So he's believing that
so 3 years later, 2021.
At that time, the pandemic restrictions are going to be lifted, and he's doing really good, but he just recovered. He had a little cold, little case of the sniffles. And he spoke to this person about some really dark things. He was having a lot of them on his mind, and he heard that this person had just worked on some chapters in her series, and he wanted to take these things to the grave with him because he's so ashamed and so upset about it. But he ended up opening up, and now he says allegedly.
I think it's that thing that he did with Nicole. That's why she did the three-way thing. I think he did something that he's not proud of. But again, I'm just adding my 2 cents.
Jim. Here's Jim.
Oh,
he was around for a lot of the dark things that went on. And all of NK's friends were very dark. And stuff that he learned from them and saw that they did really haunt him still. He wonders if things wouldn't have turned out like they had. He wonders, if everything would have been different.
I kind of want to know whose channels these are. I'm guessing it's probably AD. I have nothing against the person because I don't even know who it is. I just know this person, AD, did stuff on the Watts case, and it went south. That's all I know. So
if it wasn't for those dark things. So if those dark things weren't involved, maybe things would have been differently, is what he's trying to say there, allegedly. And the only other time he felt like this was when he was in the Weld County Jail. He felt the darkness over there. So he feels that Jim got away with a lot. Jim, watch out, because it feels like you got away with a lot there. But he said he's not going to give any more details on why he feels this about Jim. He's not. He needs to think about it, thinks how better to explain things, okay? Regarding Dylan and Christy, he knows so much because he opened up to Dylan. Now his prayers are reaching him, clarity is happening, and he's been writing it down. He wants to share things more when they're all written down. He's excited for my letter and he speaks of the team. And he speaks of the team a lot. Now, that's looking to be like the YouTube team. Okay? He's saying hello to everybody.
Well, I can tell you I am not team chriswatts. I am team Rzucek / Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. That's the team that I am on.
On the team. And he's telling them that he's going to pray for them all. Okay?
Oh, dear Dieter.
Just in this way, Chris being involved with the YouTube teams that are making major bucks, tens and tens of thousands of dollars on this.
Looks like he's being loved.
Could really be a problem for Chris.
See, look how Frank is, or Frankie Jr., compared to Chris. That dog was not licking, not looking up, nothing. He was not doing nothing. He's licking Frankie's face. Frankie probably just got done eating barbecue ribs, but still.
This is
really interesting.
No, it's all right. No, Dieter comes first there. Chris's lies are ridiculous, alleged lies. So he remembers. Okay, we're still in the time frame of the end of April. Apparently, he's speaking to this person or persons every day at this point, just about maybe 3.
Can they talk every single day?
Days a week at least. He remembers that everyone was alive when they left the house. Everyone.
You full of crap.
Okay, now this is different, right? He has vivid memories that he used his cell phone to talk to some people while he was at Cervi 319. And he says that the lyrics for that Metallica song came around because someone who was with him, they were looking it up together because of the message in the song, and he also likes that song a lot.
Battery.
Says he's been listening to One by Metallica a lot, and that music can speak when there's no words to speak.
So he's able to have music?
And he enjoyed Holy and Lonely by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, Chris Watts is the Beebs man. Oh.
And thinks
The
that
Bieber. From Metallica to Bieber, huh?
yeah, Metallica could give some insight to some of the chaos in his life. He thought of Shanann
And 13 to 14-year-old girls at the time. So.
because the bread he had in the chow hall, it made him think of how she loved cooking. He's been really depressed and is wondering what his life would be like had this not happened. What would he be doing about with his baby boy? Who would he look like? And he says he wishes he was a father. He finds it disturbing when people say the baby wasn't his.
Did he spread that rumor? That it was the other Chris or something like that? Who is it that I heard that from? I can't remember, but it was that rumor going around that it wasn't Chris's. They wanted to pretend it. Like, I'm like, what are we grabbing at straws now for? And you want to tell me I'm grabbing at straws?
He said that God works in mysterious ways, and Nico was meant to be to save their love, marriage, and family. Shanann got pregnant so fast. He had heard rumors of...
Well, that happens when you have the baby. Like, does he think it was going to take like 6 months to get pregnant?
people speculating, well, that was your parents, that Nico wasn't his, but he said the baby is his, and he's sad that people would think Shanann cheated because she didn't.
Didn't he say, I wouldn't put it past me or her, but she might have done it or cheated? This guy doesn't even know what he's lying about.
He wonders if it was really true that her flight was delayed that night. He would like to know if there's been proof of that, and would like this person that he's speaking to bring him some proof on that, along with any footage from the airport. That
Why would it matter if... What? So now Chris is thinking, okay, never mind.
night. And he wonders...
You probably know this is all false. You can just tell this is all false.
Yeah, they're gonna ask the airlines to get footage of the airport.
I actually
sweet
was told that a Miss M was asking about that footage at the airport today, actually.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'd like to know how they can get airport footage.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
like federal
he wonders
footage.
why he was never
Wow, and I thought I was lost in sauce.
told about that. Now, Anna from back is still trying to get back together with him. He's really angry
Okay, remember
because she betrayed his trust, and she was just working with YouTubers who were motivated by greed. Because these YouTubers, if it is the ones, they're not.
That's why they broke up. This is probably all false for all we know. So
Greedy at all. They don't care at all about anything. Chris would like to donate some future proceeds. So now, if
what proceeds? The money he makes goes to the Rzucek for that. What was it? The $6 million settlement or whatever. He's gonna be paying what money?
this is true, future proceeds, okay, to a church organization and something that helps young kids find God. He believes,
Which that's not bad. That's good. But I guarantee it probably didn't come from his mouth.
a huge mistake was that his blood was never tested for drugs. And
So he's thinking that, wow, Chris thought he was drugged. Wow.
he'll think about if he'll talk to some others, but he has a hard time trusting, and he has a really hard time opening up. And he only trusts this person because she is not motivated by greed. And she's doing good things because she's speaking truth. Still at the end of April, okay, guys? There's a second call that day, and he wanted to tell this person that he felt that evidence is showing what happened, and he feels it will be lost forever because he thinks that NK got rid of her truck, and it's not around anymore. And he says he remembers that the truck followed him to Cervi that morning. About the 111-minute phone call, he said that was NK's idea for an alibi, and that she didn't talk on the phone. She
I did hear
it
this.
was her way to the house, so it was gonna just. We've said this a long time ago. I mean, so whatever, that she just left it over, in her house to show that she was there. Let's see. He said he's trying to out everything, but he knows that the basement was really important. He's very, very, very glad that this person that he's speaking to is doing a series on Catel's books. Her to say, why don't people question her more? If she lies so much, and this is what he's hearing that others are saying, then why is she so believed? He wants to know. Okay. Then he told her
because she technically had law enforcement on her side, because she was a protected witness, not witness protection program, protected witness, and that they were going to make sure that she didn't get in trouble because they had made a deal together, that she would not be held accountable for any involvement in this case.
that what he heard in her new book, that she included the letters. He says she didn't put in several letters because he had letters, and the ones he replied to, no one figures it out, asked her about it because she's the evil one. He said he just wants people to know the truth and wishes that they knew the truth too. And he went to a pastor and he's been praying more and he hopes he'll have clarity. Now again, there's a team he speaks of, and he wants the team to tell him if they think he's guilty and what he did. So he's trying to gauge their thoughts. Like, well, what are you thinking? You thinking I'm guilty? What'd I do? What do you think I did here?
Yes.
So it sounds to me,
guilty.
if you're asking, that he's making this up as he goes along based on what this team thinks. Okay? And if the team thinks he's guilty of something, then I guess
I bet Dieter misses Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. They say that dogs have a shorter memory, but dogs have some type of a connection with their owners. And when you have that connection, they know you for years. They don't forget stuff. Like, he probably remembers them.
can retool whatever he says, and that's my opinion, okay? He wondered if there was any shots that were fired and wanted to know what...
Is this where that shots came fired? What? Where people are telling me that shots were fired? I wonder if this is where it came from. The whole idea that Chris was spreading this.
the house looks like and if it's being taken care of. He feels empty inside, very cold. He wishes he had friends, family, normal life. He regrets everything so much.
Well, you should have thought of that before, Mr. Chris.
And he thinks something's wrong with him because he still loves NK.
Oh, I like that shirt. Shine like Shanann. I like that.
He asks if that's normal and if she could be put in prison, NK, that is, for her role in all of this, if anything. And he's really craving a hot dog from some place called Wiener Schnitzel. And he's missing iced tea.
Oh, I bet he's getting some type of schnitzel or Wiener Schnitzel.
He's gaining a lot of weight. Yeah, I know. He's gaining a lot of weight, and that's making him feel really depressed. And
you're depressed because you're in prison, Chris, not because of the food.
When asked about why Shanann said F you, he says it was to NK, Jim, and someone else. And he said that everyone was there before Shanann got home that night, okay? And they were doing dark stuff, dark words and prayers, dark prayers. Says that when NK was in the police station...
This is where the dark came from, is this group.
But she wasn't supposed to be there. She showed up there, and that's why that 111-minute phone call was an alibi. When asked if it's possible that they were taken anywhere other than Cervi, he says yes and no. He doesn't know. He doesn't remember. Claims...
How do you not remember? You told me something from like 4 or 5 years ago. I feel like I could probably bring it up if it was that prominent. But if you ask me if I what was for lunch 6 years ago, that's not going to happen. But if you're going to ask me like what job I had 6 years ago, or like if you narrow it down, but if it's more broad, I'm not going to be able to remember that. This guy can't remember jack, but weird stuff.
That they were all alive, but he doesn't remember where exactly and how.
So if this is the claim, why not? How do they say that? Check into it, analyze it. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense?
He said someone at Cervi played a big part, and it was all because they had a friendship with NK. And that Jim had a red car, but he doesn't remember what kind. Maybe a Pontiac. He has no idea.
Oh, of course, bring in the red car.
But you see, Caroline.
There's that red car thing.
all to fit their narratives.
We're trying to let people know that this stuff is out there already. Somebody already been saying this, and we're trying to get it out there before they actually start making money off of this.
Well, more than they already are anyway.
So as people like, want these people to know that this stuff we're getting is the same stuff that they're using out there.
Yeah, and then he's got some big news on Troy and the Fire Stick, but he will not say anything else.
Yeah, the Fire Stick's a big thing,
Yeah.
I only can watch TV with
Chris
it, but I don't
never
know what
said
a Fire
any of
Stick
this
was.
stuff, and it's a fact. I mean, no.
So the Chris Watts side of the YouTube algorithm is what drove all these conspiracies at the time. The only conspiracy that I want is that NK is involved in some shape or form. I just want her not interviewed, but like an actual investigation. She had that deal with the police and the DA that she would not be looked at for information about Chris. And once they had that information, when they found out the information was like, this is what she gave us, they're like, well, we can't really do anything because we signed an agreement that they would not go after her. Again, only thoughts, no opinions, or only opinions, but this is where that red card came from.
None of these people know who he actually was, and we do. If you have any questions, you can ask us. We've got the truth.
A lot of this stuff, guys, it really looks like it's coming through Cato's book. A lot of this stuff.
I wanted to ask him questions about it, but I also want to keep the memory of this away from them. They don't need to,
All of this stuff can be taken from Cato's book. There's not one thing that we've gone over so far that couldn't be gathered from the book. He told her she was dark. He said they did dark things. He mentioned NK's friend. What really, guys, have you heard in any of that that's groundbreaking? But these channels are saying it's groundbreaking stuff. Come on. It's all, do I think that this is coming from Chris? No. No. I think they want you to think it is. And
or it came from Chris and it was completely altered. I don't know.
Somebody's writing this and that's what's happening. And throughout this thing, they do name the channels and who will cover what.
Oh.
And they happen to be the channels that are covering it. So I think that part
they're
is
the ones
true.
who made this. Yeah.
That part is true. And it's all orchestrated on who goes on with what. So then
It's a money-making machine is all it is. It's to spread rumors just to give them something to talk about.
Now it's called views, lies, and rumors and money. That's called about the devil talking crap. Don't get me on there.
Stop raining out.
Sounds Italian to me.
It's human crap out there now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure these people know that we're not just
we don't believe any of this. Please understand that. We do not believe any of this. Thank you, Louise. And thank you,
and we're just trying to find out what we want this out before these people start making money off it, trying to make and they're going to be mad tomorrow because we're sending
they're going to be pissed. Okay, people are going to be pissed, but you know what?
It shuts down their narrative.
What you're doing is not right? You know that. You're not reporting the facts. There's a lot of cases to cover. Why not report on other cases with facts? There's a woman missing in California. There's the little boy in Texas, and you can do facts and not conspiracy. There's a lot of cases you could report facts on. And even if you want to look at this case, you could go over the facts of this case. But to make stuff up, guys, and to implicate people, and you go on further, and then you're implicating relatives of the Rzuceks, and you're and just crazy things you're trying to connect. It's ridiculous.
And one thing I got to add, Carolyn, is that what bothers me the most is that we were in love with our daughter and our grandchildren. Don't you think that we picked up those police officers and the CBI and the FBI and shook them to find out who the hell was involved? This is our family we're talking about.
Yeah.
And if anybody else was involved, trust me, I'd have them by the cojones.
Right. Do you think they'd be like, oh, Sandy, NK's involved, but we're just going to look the other way. We got a payment for you. And she's going to be like, yeah, okay, that's good.
Well, according to some of them, we received a payment to let murderers go. And that's why they're getting too close to the truth. And we're shutting them down. That's their whole thing they go on.
I'm paid. And just so you all know, I'm by another creator that's putting this narrative around that I'm paid. I represent the Rzuceks. I'm paid. Did Sandy?
I've heard
Sandy,
that.
have you sent the check out yet? Because I'm a little late on the check.
I'm getting it. Can I pay you in food?
Just like my
friend, all right.
I'll take it.
All right.
Everyone thinks we pay all these people like we're millionaires or something.
I'll take her food. I watched her channel. I'm subscribed. I love her food. If you haven't subscribed to Sandy Rzucek, go do so. Her food looks fantastic. She's Italian. Hello.
They're all stupid.
Okay.
I think we stand in this.
So I mean, that we can go through some more of this just so you see. And this is what they are planning on bringing you as breaking news every night. Breaking news. Okay.
If people want to listen to garbage, then let them go at it. But
so there is someone.
My word, it's nothing but lies, trash, and trying to get you hooked So you spend your money and your time listening to people who are colluding.
Do not spend your money on me. Spend it on yourself and go spend it on charities. There is the join button. You are allowed to support if you want to, but I'm not asking for people to join. That's only if you want to.
Yeah, you're giving money to people that are promising you billboards. They're promising you someone's getting arrested. They're promising you that they have inside information through their political ties. They're promising you all this stuff, and it's all handing over, just by watching them, they're earning money. But then people are donating hundreds and hundreds and hundreds for billboards that are never going to be put up, people. Never.
That's why I will not make a GoFundMe, ever.
111-minute phone call again. This is now the beginning of May. So that's he remembers that. Oh, that's going to be the alibi. And she said called and she would come to his house to talk about stuff and make a plan. But he can't remember what the plan is. And this is also part of the plan. See, if Chris had a great memory and could get this all out in one thing, then you'd have one episode. But because his memory is not good, they have to drag it out. And oh, wait, Chris's memory's getting a little bit better, right? He remembers another thing.
He could build a whole motor.
Yeah.
He can remember how to do that.
Right. His memory's like Jodi Arias now. It's a little sketchy on some things.
Oh, that's another case I
but
wish
he doesn't
I could
remember
look
what
and
they
do.
spoke about, And he thinks they spoke for 5 or 10 minutes. And he remembers the basement. And he remembers that it played a huge role because of people that were down there.
Funny how some of these other YouTubers are talking about the basement all the time.
Right. But you know why? But you know why they're talking about the basement? Because of the dogs. The dogs.
Oh,
have a
yeah.
hit there, and that's why they're talking about.
That's why they
Yeah,
focused
but
on
there's
that.
nothing in the basement. These people are.
Well, that's why they're talking about it, because they talk about the dogs all the time.
Yeah, well, like I said, people don't realize. We spent about 18 months out there with both of them. I mean, we know Chris inside and out.
And then, and you know what they do here too is, as you look at some of this stuff supposedly that came from Chris, it's repetitive, and that's the way their shows.
But you feel like you can know somebody and they be a completely different person. I've been there.
Run. They repeat the same thing. So I guess this would be another episode, and they talk about the FU that supposedly Shanann said, and that's to the people that were in the basement. Okay.
You know what I like is when they start talking and that's what the big secret. They pause for like 5-10 minutes.
What's the FU part?
All the time.
Yeah, well, like I said, people don't realize. We spent about 18 months out there with both of them. I mean, we know Chris inside and out.
And then, and you know what they do here too is, as you look at some of this stuff supposedly that came from Chris, it's repetitive, and that's the way their shows run. They repeat the same thing. So I guess this would be another episode, and they talk about the FU that supposedly Shanann said, and that's to the people that were in the basement. Okay.
You know what I like is when they start talking and that's what the big secret. They pause for like 5-10 minutes, keep everybody hanging on for more lies. It just cracks me up.
Right. And then, like this point, they'll be, okay, we were going to have to go to the Patreon for this, guys. It's going to be on the $50 tier to hear the rest of this because they're trying to shut us down. They want to shut us down.
I don't have a Patreon. I don't have GoFundMe. I don't have PayPal for you guys to click on and donate. No. Like there's channels that say, buy me coffee. Don't buy me nothing. I am fine. I love my water. I love my root beers. So no. Donate your money to other causes that are more important.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting a call right now. You're shutting us down? Bring it to the Patreon? All right.
I do like that.
$75 tier guys at the Patreon. Okay. But you guys know that's what they do. They tell you that. It has to go to the Patreon. Because they got top secret information here.
65.
So there's a lot of the vomit at the site was Bella's because he gave her candy to calm her down during the ride. And
Never heard of any of that. Never. I was with the CBI, FBI, and the police department, many police departments. There were so many officers in a room with Frank, myself, and I. And it just blows my mind that YouTube people that never even had a graduate education or law school or anything with the police or detective work, but
just a reaction channel.
God almighty, they're going to solve this case, which just rattles my brain.
To me, what I think it is, they think they have like a TV show now, and now they're going to It's like a soap opera, and they're going to write a different story. And you know what? And they're sitting all around there, and they're like, hey, we have a captive audience. We can get 1,000 people every night. Let's just keep it going. What should we do? All right, let's just write it down. Let's keep it going. If Sandy, Frank, and I wanted to do this, we could write a new story every night, right? I mean, anybody with a creative mind could just sit there and write a new story. It's a money-making scheme, guys. The case is closed. It's done. What's happening now is because they can't let it go. They can't move on to another case. They not when they have this one. So they're going to keep it going. And let's just connect all these people. And
I want to, but the hope that I still have is the NK part. I really wish we could figure that out.
And you guys,
At our cost.
right? But they're like, oh, I think she had something. I think Jim. I think the red car and Betty, and so they're just weaving it all together for you guys. And it's just like writing a TV show. So, I mean, it's not even written very well because they could have, I mean, like I said, there's not much that's not in the book or that could be extrapolated from that. There's no big earth-shattering information, okay? No. So the vomit was Bella's because of the candy, and she threw up.
I never looked into the vomit. Everybody wanted to tell me to look into the vomit. I'm like, I'm not looking into vomit. Like, why?
Over there. And that Jim had the red car, and that Nicole used her, NK used her truck. And someone else was there in a gray truck. And the truck he thought was NK's or her dad's. He thinks it was one of those. And let's see. So
that's where all the information comes from.
He thought of leaving on the driveway. He thought of leaving on the driveway camera was a good idea because he didn't do anything. And nothing bad was caught on the camera. He wonders why that doorbell footage wasn't all put out there. He says because there's more, is what he's saying. And he would like to have seen it, and he'd like to have seen the others that came. He would like to have caught them because he says that there's now if you believe this, okay, if there was footage of these other people coming to the house, you honestly truly believe the family would just be like, hey, what is that? Oh, look, there's Jim, NK. Oh, look, there's some of Chris's coworkers. Look, they're all coming. Should we worry about that? No, we got it all. Okay, all right. Come on. So yeah, okay, so right, there's a doorbell camera that caught the people coming.
They could have went through the back. I'm just saying, my opinion.
He'd like to see it. Yeah, okay. Doesn't exist, Chris. If it is indie, Chris. He doesn't believe that Nicole Atkinson was in the house that morning. He heard what Lana was saying. Talked to her, I guess. And because of the TV clicker in the router. But he knew right away that that was only NK who was cleaning up. He remembers that she did a lot of cleaning that morning. Okay, and the timeline that they know, this team, is not the timeline that he knows. And they need him to help him, remember it. But the chapel's nice, and he's reading a new book, okay, about a memory training, because he needs to get his memory going again. And he's also reading Gone Girl, so that's good. He's reading, that kind of fiction. Maybe that could help him making up a new story. Maybe he could write
Gone Girl. Oh, fictional. The one that gets put in the safe, and then the safe goes into the sinkhole. Is that the one? Oh, apparently this is the Gone Girl. I don't think I've seen this one. It's with Ben Affleck. Portrays a blissful marriage to the public, but when Amy goes missing. Oh, and that's what he's reading? I thought they were doing the... For some reason, I thought it was this one. The Lonely Bones. I was like, why is he watching that one?
Crime novels from prison. Okay, and it makes him wonder...
That should be one that he should not be able to rent.
About the ways you can set people up. Okay, so that's a good thing for him to be wondering. So now he's thinking about this setup. And then he's constantly asking if they're making any progress on YouTube. And they asked about Dieter, who's a gift to the family.
Huh.
Says that Jenna and Shadan got in a huge fight related to hospital stuff. Human Resources was involved, and Shadan was given an ultimatum. She had to resign or be terminated. Chris says he doesn't know what happened, other than that it was ugly and a big thing.
This is where that stuff's coming from, because people have asked me about this kind of stuff about Shadan's past. I don't care about Shadan's past. Like, or when I say I don't care, people are like, oh, she stole that. Like, what is that going to put into when it comes to the Watts case? that has no affiliation with the case now.
Her work, and that Shanann said Gina was not a loyal person.
Who's Gina?
The 111-minute phone call, again, they're going to talk about this again. This 111-minute phone call was actually his and NK's anniversary of when they first kissed. Come on. He said that he met her July 4th of 2017. 44 is the number that she liked a lot, NK that is, and he wanted to know what it meant because she was really into numerology, and 12 is the number of people connected in this and involved, bless himself. Now,
12?
Mark G, who's that? Is that his best friend, Mark?
I believe so.
He inserted himself into Chris's life. And
forensic expert, cold case, criminal defense investigator, certified instructor. Whoa.
Mark told him that he was tight with some of the Frederick PD, and he could help out a lot in this. And
I'm not sure if Mark G is his.
I don't know who Mark G is. Probably somebody else they made it. Because no, his friend is Mark. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Mark. It's not Goodson. It's Jameson. Yeah, it's Mark Jameson. So this is I don't know what Mark that is. Yeah. Whatever Mark it is, he's got a lot of ties in the Frederick PD, and he could get in there and help him because he wanted to let him know so that he could. He wanted to know what Chris remembered so that he could set him up. So he's believing he's been set up by the police, okay?
Okay, guys, so the person that they're talking about now, Mark G, it's not Mark G, Mark Jameson. That's Chris's friend, one of his friends, a childhood friend. Yep, the Mark that they're on about is Mark Gillespie. Originally, he was involved when Chris was trying to get out of prison around that time in 2020 when 35C was trying to be implemented. But I've said before, it's not for the likes of Chris. He was never going to be released. I have done a video on Mark Gillespie. I'll play a short clip now from the video that I've already done, and I'll put one of the info cards up so you can go straight to the video if you want to watch it. 2 videos I've done on it. One is just the audio, and then I went back later on and I actually found the video for it. One is titled Chris Watts Calls His Lawyer, and I think the other one's titled Chris Watts and the Private Investigator, but both the videos are on my channel. I'll play a short clip from it now so you know which video it is.
I've got a couple of attorneys here I can talk to. That can maybe help, get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of.
This is the guy. This is not the guy that I thought was gonna be the one that was gonna fit with this voice.
Forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to, get the results, we want. It's going to take some time, but. I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know you're in a tough spot. It's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So I get it.
Like a trial by error thing, but I know when the law is like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or like whatever I write down, the judge might think, well, that's not what you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted this trial. You're not warranted to have to.
What if he's like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous?
Denied. I was like, well, what do I do then?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get disheartened when it happens. I know it'll probably happen at some point, but not all motions are all appealed or granted. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. When it goes there, they see like, oh well. Like, do I put everything down that I know? Or just like, how do I put everything down so they know everything that I'm on,
That's today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Quite intriguing. It just goes to show
definitely
how
interesting.
Many lies can be pushed and false narratives can be pushed when people have got an ulterior motive, when people have got either monetary gain, or they just want to hurt the family, or they just want to spread lies. It's up to you what you think, what you believe, and what you decide. I'm going to leave that up to you. Thank you all again very much.
That's why I watch it. I chat with you guys. If you guys think it's real, or great. If you disagree, great. We're just here to watch and observe and take the information in. Yeah, and hopefully along the way find something that shows that Nicole was involved in some shape or form.
much. That's part 1. I'll bring you part 2 again tomorrow. I'd like to thank Destronic for sponsoring the video. Go over to their website, use code PADDY. Thank you to my members. The Discord is open. I think that covers everything for now. I'll be covering the Nicola Bully case soon as well. I've already started work on that, so we'll do some other videos other than Chris Watts. You guys are all amazing. Remember, these are emotional cases, so most of all, don't have nightmares.
Outtakes!
Paddy out. I think that covers everything for now. Okay, guys, so when this motion or this title motion or originally he was involved, I've seen some people, it's like I've seen, and
I like those outtakes.
I've seen some people who watched the Nicole Kessinger interview, and it's like I've seen, and
I definitely enjoyed Patty's production presentation of this video from Frank Rzucek and Mommy Rambler's channel. Again, a lot of people want to sit there and say that Zwoki's spreading lies. This was all before me, all my time. I'm watching, reacting, and putting... If you've seen a lot of my titles and thumbnails, they have questions. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm saying... this is what happened kind of thing. This red car question mark. We watch it and we're like, no, that's not, no kind of thing. And then people are like, no, Zwoki said that the red car was real. He said it was there. He said it was Jim's. That's not what I said. I said, my opinion is this, and this. Do you agree? Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, this is why I think that like we're allowed to do that. So that's why I feel like some people have lost the way when it comes to watching my channel and what I'm actually supposed to be doing, which is reacting commentary and having a friend. So, again, I thank you guys for being here. I'm not puzzled. There's things that I think is true and not true about what they just mentioned. I still think... yeah, that Nicole said, get rid of them, or it's else. The 111-minute phone call. That was the explosion of the relationship where it was either going to go up with NK or go down with NK. And when they broke up, it was going to be bad for his family if she or if he would have been with Nicole. Yeah, so I just want to know your guys' thoughts. Your opinions, if they match mine or if they match what you guys see here. Again, go to the channels, Patty Productions, Mommy Rambling. Go subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. Again, thank you guys for being here. Please take care. Be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.